Today, let's talk about what you should do after you get your first certification. So many people get a certification, then just are stuck. Do they apply for jobs? Do they keep finding other certifications? What do they do and what should they do? Let's chat about that today. Welcome to How to Switch to a Tech Career in Your 30s and 40s. It's the podcast where we love to get excited and down to brass tacks, talking about the real things that help you move the needle when you switch from any other career into a high-tech or IT career. And this is where we're going to discuss the real hints, tips, tricks, and the methods and the protocol that help you switch into a real tech career. So welcome. Yeah, if you have not gotten a certification yet for either programming something or project management, then you'll probably want to think about getting a certification at some time because it is helpful in many ways, but it is not ultimate. And that's why I want to have this podcast today. I hear about and see a lot of people who will get a certification, and that's a good thing. But then I don't hear back from them for a while. And that's because they don't know what to do next. Now, the people who have come to me, I've helped them and really created customized coaching for them so they can lay out a path and know which stepping stones to put their feet on next. Because it is different for every person in some ways. But what's common among all of us is we lack direction if we haven't done something before. So ultimately, you need to have some wisdom from someone who's done it. And that's why you're listening today, I'm sure. Not that I am the complete number one expert in the world at switching to a tech career. I am just someone who did it, switching from about 5 part-time jobs at the same time into a tech career as a programmer. I was blessed with knowing how to keep at it long enough that someone took a chance on me and I got into tech. You know, not that I'm all that here, but I am someone, and I hope that today's advice will help you. If you are the type of person who has gone through tutorials, who's gone through courses, who has scoured YouTube, asking questions of YouTube, who've jumped onto ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT or other generative AI engines what you should do next or what the plan is, you'll probably come across the advice that you should get certifications and then do projects and then apply for a job. Now, the problem is you don't, when you get your certification, you're just not sure if that's the right thing. So first of all, I would say if you have not planned out a stack of skills, then you're probably going to need to do that first of all. So if you get one certification, let's say you become a Scrum Master certified. Well, no one's going to hire you because you got that certification. But they might hire you if you had other certifications with it and some experience. So what I would do if I were you is I would put together a stack, almost like you're building a house. And in that stack, you would go to glassdoor.com, go to salary.com, even go to Simply Learn or Coursera, or Udemy, or YouTube, and find out what other certifications go with being a certified Scrum Master. You're probably going to come across some PMP certifications, project management, and I don't know all of the names for them, but you have to figure out the stack. If you don't know the stack, you're probably not even looking at job applications, and here's the shortcut. Go look at a job application or a job listing and see what they're requiring for people who are going to be applying for the position. What is the company looking for in someone? And then what you need to do is, I call this job hacking in my metallurgy method, what you need to do is put together a list of the skills they're looking for, and you want to make sure you have 8 to 10 of those skills or 7 to 10 of those skills lined up before you even apply. So some of my clients, I have them apply right away for jobs just so they get experience applying. But if you are really wanting to make an impression, you want to make sure you have at least 70% of the skills they're looking for before you apply to a certain position. Why not all 10? Well, the truth is nobody has the perfect requirements to meet a job. And if I applied to a job where I had 10 out of 10 requirements, the people would probably look at me and say, well, you're overqualified. So most people who are hiring other people, they know that every person has some detriments and they're going to need to learn things on the job anyway. All right, so you've got a certification, you've got the stack of certifications you need to go after, but before you dive in and start to take a ton of certification courses, I want to warn you that you may change while you are doing these certification courses. In other words, while you learn skill A and you're heading towards skill B, you may realize you're more cut out for skill G or skill F or K. And what I'm trying to tell you is that you grow when you learn things. Your interests change when you learn things. And you're going to learn some things about yourself that nothing else but experience could teach you. When you got your first job, think about it. Back in high school or college, you got your first job probably. Maybe in junior high, you mowed lawns or you were a babysitter or something like that. You learned a little bit about yourself. You learned that if you're a babysitter, you really like kids, or you can handle kids. Maybe you don't really like them, but you can handle them. When you went out to get lawns mowed, or here in Minnesota, you shovel sidewalks when you're a kid, and maybe someone will pay you for that. You learn really quickly that you either love manual labor or you love the payment it gives you more than you love the labor. And the truth is, if you don't love the labor a little bit, back to our tech, switching to tech here, if you're getting a certification and you don't love it just a little bit, that's a good sign that you're probably not cut out for that. Okay, when I was first switching to tech, I wasn't intentionally trying to switch into tech. I was trying to make a career for myself by doing projects and selling my projects to other people. I would do websites. And when I would sell them, I knew that I'd have to do the work to make good on my offer and the money they paid me. So when I built the websites, when I sold the websites, I was creating work for myself that I didn't mind a lot. So I loved getting by myself in front of my computer and sitting down and making sure I have a quiet place to work and stitching together the code to make a website for the client that I just sold. And so you'll learn a little bit about yourself. You will change. So as you learn about yourself, you also will change. If you are doing skill A, getting the certification for that, and you get done with that, and all of a sudden you're ready to go to the next skill and get the next certification, you might realize that, you enjoyed skill A, but also you're really excited about skill B. And skill B would unlock some things and different types of opportunities for you than skill A. Back to my own example. Let me use an example from one of my clients. One of my clients was in marketing and went to a boot camp and figured out how to become, how to be an IT admin. And while he was in that, he realized, I appreciate IT, but I love to do marketing just for myself, not for other people. So while he was in marketing for a company, he changed and he became someone who really loved to do it for himself, but not for other people. So when you get your first job, be open for this, that you will change. And when you take your first certification, you're going through your first tutorial. Remember, you might change as you're doing this. So be willing to give yourself an opportunity to explore other areas that you had not considered before. Now, this sounds like it's aimless. It could go on forever. I want to comfort you and say, give yourself some space to change, not only your interests, but also your ability to know yourself. Because if you don't, you'll never settle down and do anything and never take a course that you should take. You'll never try projects that you should be doing. And in the end, you'll never apply and try to get a job with all your heart because you'll think, well, I'm just going to change. Well, the truth is, we all change and we all need to get experience and keep growing. So put all your eggs in one basket and go for it. But realize things might change a little bit. Stack up your skills, get some experience, and as you do these projects, you're going to get a little bit excited just because you've made progress. And that, my friends, is what can propel you to anywhere you want. It's called persistence. If you want some help with that, reach out. I can help you. Thanks for listening. I hope it's been helpful. How to Switch to a Tech Career in Your 30s and 40s is the podcast that tries to help you switch into a tech career, no matter what your background is, give you some support and some encouragement along the way. Now, if you're stuck and you need some help, give me an email at info@techlead.com, info@tekleed.com, all spelled wrong. Until next time, my name is Brooks Haynes, and I've been your host today, and I thank you for listening. From the shores of the Vermilion River in southeastern Minnesota, have a good day.